Hey, Pop Kids! It is great to be here with you as we kick off our month talking about knowledge. And today, we're going to look at the story in the Bible of when Jesus was born. You might know it as the Christmas story. It's when God sent Jesus to be our Savior, to make things right between us and God once and for all. At first, only a few shepherds and people in the town of Bethlehem knew about Jesus. But in the book of Matthew, we read about some of the other people who came to visit Jesus from far away. They were a group of wise scholars who lived far to the east. But rather than just tell you about it, I'm going to use the cinemagic of our very own Pop Kids Studios to show you what it might have looked like. So buckle up. These wise men saw a star, a new star, rising in the west. Hey, that's a pretty cool special effect. Hey, somehow the wise men knew that this star was important. We don't know exactly how the wise men knew what the star meant, but they might have heard about Daniel, who had been taken as a captive from Jerusalem to Babylon hundreds of years before. Daniel eventually became an advisor to the king, and it's likely they would have shared the Jewish scriptures and promises from God with his fellow advisors. So maybe Daniel shared these words from the book of Numbers. A star will come from among the people of Jacob. A king will rise up out of Israel. Maybe the wise men figured out what the star meant from those ancient writings. Or maybe God spoke to them directly. But in any case, they understood that the new king of the Jewish people had been born. The wise men packed up their supplies and gifts and set off on a long journey across the desert to see the new king for themselves. First, the wise men followed the star to the city of Jerusalem. When the wise men arrived in Jerusalem, they asked, "Where is the child who has been born to be King of the Jews? We saw his star when it rose. Now we have come to worship him." The ruler of Judah at the time was named King Herod.
Hello there! It is I, King Herod!
Yikes. Palmer, you scared me, and you're huge.
Oh, good. I was going for big and scary.
Well, you succeeded. At any rate, King Herod heard that the wise men had come looking for a king. Herod was so upset that he called together the Jewish priests and teachers of the law and asked them where the Jewish Messiah was supposed to be born. They replied that the Messiah was to be born in the little town of Bethlehem. Herod called for the wise men in secret.
Psst. Hey you, wise men. Psst. Hey, wise guys. Hey, yeah, you. Come over here. I hear you've come to see this new cuddly baby king who was born. And you see, I'm a huge fan. Love the little bundle of joy wrapped up in swaddling clothes. Say, I was wondering if you could tell me when the star of yours appeared in the sky. Also, I just wanted to say that you should go find the child in Bethlehem. And when you do, you should come tell me where he is. That way I can go and worship him too. Yeah, that's it, worship him.
Right. So Herod sent the wise men to Bethlehem to look for Jesus. But as you probably figured out, Herod wasn't really interested in worshiping Jesus. He wanted to get rid of Jesus.
Yikes! Oh, Nathan, that is so not cool. I don't want to be Herod no more.
Okay, bye. The wise men went on their way, and they were full of joy when they saw the star again. The star went ahead of them until it stopped right over the place where Jesus and his family were staying. The wise men found the promised Messiah, Jesus. The star led them right to him. And by this time, Jesus was a young child, and he and his family were living in a house. They weren't gathered around a manger like the one we have here, but you get the idea. Mary and Joseph welcomed the wise men, and the wise men offered their gifts to Jesus: gold, frankincense, and myrrh. These were the kind of gifts that would be given to a powerful king. It was another sign of who Jesus would become. After the wise men got to see Jesus, they prepared to go home. But get this, God warned the men in a dream and told them not to return to King Herod.
Yeah, that's a good move.
Yikes, you keep popping in like that.
That's why they call me Palmer the Pop Puppet. Okay, bye.
The wise men chose a different road for their trip home. This is such a cool story, and we can learn something important from the wise men. They wanted to find the truth for themselves. They had a very long journey, and it was probably exhausting for them to follow the star for so long. But they never gave up. They kept going so they could find out if the new king had really been born. Remember, never stop searching for what's true.
Yeah, never stop searching for what's true.
Palmer!
What? What? I pop in, I'm the pop puppet.